We are the Johnsons. August 2015, we rented out our house, sold, donated, or stored all of our stuff, and we hopped in our fifth wheel to travel the country for a year. This is a vlog of our adventures.
This place that we're staying doesn't have sewer hookups.
Okay, you gotta see what's happening here. See that cart right there? That guy's carting his poo over to the poo station.
So you can either move your fifth wheel and go empty out, or this guy will come and empty it for you for a small fee. So we have someone sucking our fecal matter out of the tank of our fifth wheel today.
These are the not so glamorous things that most RVers don't talk about, so let's go check it out. Watch somebody suck the poo out of our poo tanks. So they call it a honey wagon, so that you don't have to call it the poo tank sucker. It's kind of courteous of them. It's nice to change the name a little bit. That guy should be on Dirty Jobs, you know what I'm saying?
When we all live in houses, I'm just going to go off a little bit here. I hope you don't mind. But when we live in houses, we go and we sit on the toilet, and we flush, and it magically just disappears, right?
It magically goes away, and you never think about it again.
You don't know where it goes. It's just gone. There's nothing. So you don't know how often your spouse is doing that. Very rarely, because we have spray and fans and a big space, and you can time your bowel movements with the coming and going of people in the house. And so it's kind of like we all pretend like it's not happening. Like, literally, we all pretend like this is something, and I think I actually kind of black it out myself. Like, when I lived in a house, just kind of pretended like that never happened with myself, and I never even thought it happened with anybody else. I thought maybe I was the only one that this horrible, disgusting thing would happen to. But then you move into a small RV, or, I mean, a big RV, but you move into a smaller space, and you basically you know that your refuse and your family's refuse is in a tank on the vehicle that you drive around. So you're essentially carrying your fecal matter with you everywhere you go. And it's a horrifying thing initially. It's kind of like you've been awakened to the terrible things that are happening around the world, or in the world, that everybody is doing this thing. It's a terrible thing. And so, and the other problem is there's no getting around it. When someone uses the restroom, we all know, because there's thin walls, and
It's a small space.
it's a small space.
The smell carries.
The smell carries. You can open up the fan on the roof and let it fan out. So we all have had this awakening that this is something that all people are doing, and it's pretty traumatic, honestly. I haven't been, like, when we first started on our trip, I had a hard time sleeping.
You did not.
I did.
Because of poo.
Because of everybody's poo.
Because
Because
we were pooing.
Think about
You had a hard time sleeping.
Think about the pioneers that crossed the plains. We have everything is better for us than them. Can you think of anything that's not better?
No.
I can. One thing. They didn't carry their poo with them. They could leave it on the side of the road. They could put it somewhere, and it would stay there. And
nobody else had to smell it, probably, because they had a big space, right?
Yeah, they had a big space. They would dig a hole or not, regardless. Yeah, they didn't have toilet paper, but at least they didn't take it with them. I live in the modern age where I have a phone that can think, and robots are just around the corner from gaining sentience and taking over the world. Yet, I still carry my poop around with me. I bring it
Not only
with
yours,
me.
but also the family's.
And everyone else is intermingled with it. So this is a step back from the pioneers.
Well, in an RV also, like, we even go so far as to track how much poo we have here on our dashboard. So, you know, you can look at these and say, oh yeah, this poo
How
tank.
much have we pooed today?
How much have we
How much
pooed?
have we pooed since we've parked here? Oh, a
Look.
whole tank of poo. That's how much we poo. There's no denying it. It's full.
Full of poo.
Except for that, the other, well, I don't want to get too disgusting. The other problem is that's probably just full because this guy just emptied it. That means that there's someone's poo just stuck on the sensor, just sitting there on the sensor, making our thing think it's full because it's sticking there and it won't go away. You can't get rid of it. I feel like I've gotten a lot off my chest.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
We need to have like some kind of warning. Contains fecal matter
Talk of poo.
discussions. Because I don't want to open. Everybody's at home. It's like the Matrix. You remember on the Matrix? Like all these people live in this world where they think that they're living life, but they're actually just batteries for machines. And it's like, do you want to let this people know that they're in a virtual reality, or is it better just to let them live? Because if you wake them up, they have to live in a harsh world, right? It's the same thing here. Do I want these people that live in their houses, that are watching this movie, that are my friends and family that I love, to realize that everyone in their family is
pooing.
Pooing.
Like every day. Every
the
day.
waste vacates their body and leaves and just granted it disappears, but it's still happening. You're in denial. It's happening. Everyone is doing it.
Look.
And if you could,
Goodbye, poo.
what's that? Look at that white thing. It's full of everyone's poo.
It's a big cesspool of poo.
And it's also kind of disconcerting just to walk around an RV park and see everyone's hoses hooked to a sewer line and know that I can see where all of their stuff's going too. I'm kind of getting... I actually don't feel better now.
Feel worse?
My germaphobe tendencies are starting to feel a lot worse.